forget this week. I didn't totally forget that. Hi, Stacey. Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Nirel.
Good morning.
Hi, team. Hi,
Nirel.
Erica.
Loads of otters here. Like there are more otters waiting than people. AI is taking over in the waiting. Hi, Suraj. Welcome.
Hello, hi everyone. Happy
Hi,
Wednesday.
Suraj.
Yes,
Hello,
happy
hello.
Wednesday. Well, good to have you again this week, Suraj. So I'm
Good to
letting
be
people
here.
in as I talk. So multitasking. So everyone, if you weren't here last week, so Suraj is your mentor for today. So Suraj is our resident AI expert AI mentor, and he's going to, well, he's been in the company for, is it 15 years, Suraj?
Yeah, about that. 15
Yes,
years.
and so he knows a lot about lots of different things. And he's going to be mentoring part 2, actually, in terms of your mentoring, covering how to use AI effectively in your business and also customer pathways. And he will also answer your questions in the worksheet if you popped any in. So over to you, Suraj.
Great. Thank you so much, Rosamund, and thanks for organizing this. It's good to see all of you, and I can see some questions already in here in this document. If you haven't added your questions in, then do go ahead and add those in, which is here. And I hope everyone remembers the session that we did last week, and hope you found that useful as well. What I would encourage everyone to do is just put into comments like what. Now it's been a week. I'm not sure whether you remember a lot of what we shared on that call, but from what we covered and also what you've been working on, what's been your biggest sort of aha or key highlight that has come through, and add that in the comments as well. If you haven't added any question, do add those here, because we'll start with the Q&A and then look at the actual customer pathway pipeline too. So let me just open up. No comments as yet, so I'm guessing no one has had any aha moments. But let me kickstart with the questions here. So we have Deanne here. Is Deanne on the call right now?
Yep.
Yes.
You're there, right? Okay. So why don't you read out what you have, and then any particular question add on top of that.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you loud
Okay.
and clear. All good.
Yeah, I mean, last week, every time you show us what's going on with AI, it blows my mind. But last week, I just felt like there's so much, and we're being told, like, we're here early, let's take advantage of this. And I'm trying to figure out what that means for us. Like, you've done student AI, which is really great and impressive, but what does that mean for us? How should we be thinking about the potential for, adding to what we're doing with AI beyond, improving our marketing?
Yeah. Okay. Good question. And let me respond to that as well. So what I would say is, think of AI again as more like a tool that is going to help you with your business objectives as well. The problem solution or the product market fit is still based on the customer avatar, the customer that you're actually dealing with. So if you're able to, and if you're seeing any particular customer, if you're able to give value to that customer using AI, then that is how you should be using it, or how you should be integrating it with your business. To give you an example, so we've just closed a deal with this French SaaS company, which is a software company, which is Student AI, has done this deal with them where they were providing software to universities for their international students. So the international students, when they come on from different countries, they come to France and they have a lot of challenges around languaging, visa processes, finding accommodation, finding the right sort of buddies who can show them around, and things around safety and all. So they have the software for international mobility for students. Now, they didn't have AI, right? And the reason why they partnered with us, because it is a value add to what they were already doing. They did not have an AI component, but now doing it with Student AI, now what they will go and offer to the universities is that, hey, with the product that we are already offering, and they're going to use this for the sales pitch as well, that your university students who come on board would get AI assistance for the international mobility. So the version that they are going to have as a white label version is going to be very different to Student AI in terms of like the look and feel and everything will be same. It's going to be white label, but it's going to be very much around the AI teachers would be AI guides for students to help them with say visa processes or even say language topics or maintaining a healthy lifestyle when they're in a different country. So which is very much around the international mobility side. So for them, it's a value add. Again, why is that a value add? Because they can offer that to the universities and the universities then can provide that to the students. That's number one. Number two is when they actually let the universities know that, hey, you could also use this as a lead generation tool. Now, typically what happens, a standard cost per acquisition for a university to enroll students into their, say, bachelor's program, master's program in the advertising, the cost per acquisition usually varies between $150 to $180 on in a very good marketing campaign for a university. It would be around $100 per lead. Now, by this SaaS company offering this white label solution to this university, they can get leads for something like $1 or $2, for which they were spending like $100 or $150. So while they were now for 1,000 sort of dollar ad spend, they might get like 10 students. Now they will get more like 1,000 students to interact with. So it's a value add for them. So what I would say is look at your customer avatar, look at what is the problem you're trying to solve, and then look at, is AI adoption going to help them help them in making that decision to work with you, or will their product get enhanced or not, right? If the answer to all of that is no, then just stay ahead of the game and just know that when the right time comes in, you'll be able to plug it in to that particular offer. So it's very much dependent on not forcing to use AI rather than integrating it with the problem solution or the product market fit.
So I have, for the past year, part of my education with working with families and building up, capacity for learning and literacy is we finish up with an introduction to ChatGPT, or now I would do Genie, or, other things. And so I guess I'm thinking Student AI would be really valuable for these families who are looking to improve the child's student experience.
Yeah.
So what would be the best way for me to bring that in? Like, just say they should just and how long are you going to be offering this $47 package into that whole piece that you've been telling us
Okay,
about?
yeah. So the $47 piece is not the Student AI piece. That's for Genius Team, right? So
Right.
that's the Genius Team bit, right? where Genius Team is built for entrepreneurs and that. But if it's specifically for students, Student AI has those programs. Now, there are two ways to partner up, like you become an affiliate on Student AI, or what the French company has done, which is take a white label solution. So what Student AI has built for Genius U as Genius Team, it can build one for you as a white label solution where it sits under your brand, right? But then you have to be very clear on what are you offering, because see, the students you're dealing with or the parents you're working with, not all the students may be doing research or PhD, or maybe doing, they may not be doing any of the other programs which are currently there on Student AI. So then you could make it very specific to actually delivering the programs that they need. So that becomes a value add for you when you're working with those parents. And also when you are working with institutes where you go and tell them that, hey, look, we've got this tool which actually does solve this problem, right? Now, you could leverage on Student AI or any other tool, but that's how you would integrate AI, that's how you would leverage and benefit through this wave.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's great and exciting. And I'm looking at a whole package, like a whole family wellness package that includes the parents either getting a Genius profile test or a team dynamics test, depending on what their preference is, and then introducing them also to the Genius teams.
Perfect. Yeah. So then just what I would say is just productize that, like package it in a way that it's called one pack. Like how, for example, the $47 pack we said includes multiple things, but we didn't offer those in an individual way. We productized it and said, okay, this is $47. So all the things that you're thinking of, put that in an offer and productize it in a way. When I'm saying productize it, as it give it a brand name and give it a title as well, right? So I think that would be the way to go.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Great, thanks. Now, I think Elena has a question, which is with regards to SEO, please suggest an AI tool which allows you to connect the site yeah. So do you want to just read this out?
Yeah, actually, I've got two questions. One question is, I was very inspired by your platform for student. We were thinking to build something because we are slightly in different field. We are not like a coaching business. We are more like local business renovation. But we had an idea to build something where people can, when they start renovation, they can find all resources. It started from where to start, from planning permission, where to get discounts and all this stuff. It's like something, and it will be serving more or less as you did for students at some point. My question is, if you'd like to go for it, where do you start to get knowledge how to build it? Because as I understand, we need developer, but before we give it to developer, we need to understand the process, what we need to put in there, isn't it? To create something like, so which kind of your courses, for example, in Genius U, would help us to understand what we need so we can package it, speech it, and then start to work on it?
So I understand correctly and answer this. So are you looking at building something similar to
yes, but renovation wise in our industry?
In your industry, right?
Yeah, in renovation. We do house renovations,
okay. Okay, in renovations. And do you see it being a lot different to what is there? Like if you take the actual when I'm talking about in terms of the content pieces, do you see the framework of the platform exactly like Student AI, or do you see it being offering a lot more different things?
It will be different, but at the beginning maybe it's like a few options, because most of the people, when they start renovation, they don't know a lot where to start, how to compare, where to get materials. So all these bits and pieces to get them to understand what they want and what are options they have. And then probably connected to later on to connect it to specific companies where we can work as affiliates so they can buy this product. But before they buy or do anything, they have to have good knowledge of what they want.
Okay, yeah.
For example, I would like to see how it looks in real colors. They've got, okay, really.
Yeah. So what I would say then in that case is try Upwork, and first of all, draft your actual uh, product scope, like what all you wanted to do.
Mhm.
Most of the times, and I'll tell you this challenges with developers as well, and this might answer some of the other questions which are there. And I know Stuart asked this question last time as well about finding developers being a challenge, finding the right ones who will be able to deliver. Usually, the biggest challenge that I've seen with developers is they've got the talent, they've got the expertise to deliver. The what is not, which is the project scope and the detail of it, is not clear enough for them. When you dump it down to absolutely like what they would understand, when the design is absolutely clear, when the scope is absolutely clear, the chances of them going wrong or not delivering perfectly on it is very low, because they just have to follow these steps, right? And whenever we've not given someone like a strong brief is when things have gone haywire. But when we've been very clear on what they need to build, I think that's where things become a lot easier, and they actually give you what you need. Yeah.
Little question. We know what we need, and it's not a problem to write.
Mhm.
But when AI kick in, how do we know that it will be possible to do with AI? Because I think it could be done much quicker. I think these products we have to supply and to tell developers what to do. Or I'm wrong. Because in my understanding, we need to know how to work AI, what kind of products they can do. And then the developer will do all the technical work, but all this understanding about AI and what kind of software we can use for providing the services, we have to know, or it's not necessary.
No, it's not necessary, because they would know how to integrate with the AI. So for example, let's say in my case, right, like how the integration with AI was done with OpenAI, it's done using an API key, and the developer itself, once I set the brief saying that, okay, my requirement is that the user actually inputs their data, and then it connects with an API, which is an AI API, OpenAI API, and then it generates the output,
But I
right?
have to provide AI, which kind of AI I would like to use.
You can provide it, or you can get their suggestion, because they
Or
also have the knowledge.
so I have to look for a developer who works with AI. That's how I
Correct. Yeah,
pitch
yeah,
in
yeah,
AI.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like, and most of the developers now have pretty good knowledge about it, right? Like I have an intern who I hired just yesterday, working on some of the sort of areas that want, and he's a college student, and he probably knows more AI tools on integration than I do, and for him, it's absolutely normal. We all are getting super excited about the impact that it brings. But for the students who are already going in college and all, this is like a normal shift that they are going through, right? So, like he was talking to me about Gemini integration and all of that, and showed me some of his projects, and he's just like a normal student, you know. So
Okay.
yeah, so developers do know exactly what would be better and what won't be better.
Okay, so then one question. So you pay the developers for hours. You don't go like 50-50
No, I
with them. You
pay for
just pay for the
I pay
hour
for the project. I pay for the project.
for the project. Okay, so how
Yeah,
much?
so
And
so
you break in little
negotiate.
pieces and pay for each piece,
Yeah,
each
milestones.
stage,
Yeah,
milestones.
yeah.
Mhm.
In Upwork, you can pay based on milestones. Paying by hour is very risky when you're actually building a product.
Mhm.
Once the product is built and you need someone for maintenance, that's when you can do it by the hour. Otherwise, your project cost will go quite a lot when you just do it by the hour, right? Because they can take months and months and months to deliver, and you still won't get the actual product. So best is to do it on the deliverable of the milestone in the product.
And how long does it take your project to be done, built? Like a student thing, how long does it take?
Oh, student AI,
Yeah.
because I also have some tech knowledge, so I also spent a lot of time in it. So I was able to deliver and get it built in about a week or so. But I do know this something like this would take a month and a half. And I was like working overnight
I
till 3
understand.
a.m., 4 a.m. because I needed it built, right? But I would say easily. And right now, the stage which it's at, it wasn't the same when it was first launched. It has evolved every week. There are
Of
new
course it is.
components
And
added in, right?
who looks after Evolent, you or developer?
The basic things I look at it, but now I've got these interns for whom, and this is again a very critical piece, which is you have to get the architecture right, which is the backend system and the engine right. Because if you do it right, and if your developer provides you the right backend, and you have to explain it to him, saying that, hey, look, I'm not a developer, give it to me so that I can keep scaling it. So he will prepare like a form or a backend system for you, like content management system, which then you should be able to scale easily, right? So right now, we just between last few days, we had about 60 new tools added in without the developer. The reason that happened because the developer gave us the field saying that, okay, enter all these details in here. Once you do that and save, it will automatically create a tool.
and okay, I see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what,
So
yeah, thank you.
yeah. So with
And-
that, you should be able to scale without a developer once it's done. So that's where it's again very important.
And what kind of price range for this kind of thing? Or it's various of like complete
Oh,
project?
it really
It
depends
varies.
on your
Very
it really
depends.
depends on your scope, right? The project scope and something like that. Now, it can, but I wouldn't guess it would go beyond initially just to get the framework and all. Like, it's difficult to say which region you're gonna get the developers from as well, because I had a lot of my input in this, so I saved a lot of the developers' time in that area. But you could get something in under like $10,000 or less than that, right?
And which country should I look for developers? What would be the best for this? What do you think? Which
It's
regions?
very, very varied.
Very
I've got
varied.
developers. It really depends on the right sort of mindset, right?
Okay.
So, for example, Student AI was built by someone who was in Amsterdam, but was originally from Nigeria, but immigrated to Amsterdam and then built it. The InProfiler website is built by someone in Barcelona. And then now the new tool is built by someone in India, right? So
You're changing.
yeah.
All right. Okay, I see.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay, thanks. And one more SEO question,
Yeah.
one more. Just one. That's all. I don't take attention on for myself. Just with SEO, I noticed when you're promoting your AI, you said that after you're writing a blog, which is with plugin, I understand that. How do you connect to like guest post or what was that? So you're connected to another sites. Did you use plugin or something or just contacted the providers? How do you connect it to
no,
different
so
sites?
yeah, so there are many websites which automatically do the guest postings.
Okay, automatically guest postings.
Yeah. So guest post on multiple sites. Just a second. I'll show you. It's called copy. So let me just see if I can find it. Yeah, iCopify.co. iCopify.co is one which is here. I'm going to share my screen so you can have a look.
Okay.
iCopify.co is one.
iCopify.
Yeah, then this Rhino rank.io is another one, which is 120 links built per year. Guest post from Sally.
Okay. And it's all right. It's not against Google rule, so it's fine. Google is fine with that.
Google will not be fine when you do multiple duplicate posts on your same website. But if your post is on multiple websites, then it's okay.
Okay. All right. So it can let it go. Okay.
Yeah, as
Thanks.
long as it's on different websites where different guests are actually providing the content, then it's okay.
Okay. Thanks very much, Suraj. Very well.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. Miss Elena, Catherine had a question. I think we did cover this, which is last time. This is the first time promotion for our team, so we have no established value cycle. Catherine, you're here. Do you want to just unmute and ask this question? Hi.
Yes.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good.
So I watched last week's call twice,
Oh, okay.
and I can't
Sorry,
say the
you had to
second
watch
time
it.
really. wouldn't say the
Okay.
second time I really got it any better than the first time.
Okay.
So, so I thought I would just make like a really specific question.
Okay.
I'm building community on LinkedIn, and I have discovered Taplio, which has been a breakthrough in actually generating scheduling posts, and I'm just getting to the level of, oh, I
Yeah.
can see who liked and share. Like I'm just working
Mhm.
my way through
Mhm.
fully using it to its
Mhm.
potential. And my question is there anything else you can think of on like using AI with LinkedIn to community build market? I haven't been doing reach outs yet on it. Like I haven't sent any messages yet. That's probably like the next level. Yeah, LinkedIn AI.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think what you're doing is just the number one thing is the consistency bit, which is you just stay consistent on posting and connecting with the people. There is a tool called, have you guys heard of Duck's Soup? Duck Soup, which is here, let me just share. So there are few of them which are there, right? Ideally, if you can do it directly, it can, like if you're connecting with the right people and everyone else, then it's okay. But there is this thing called Duck Soup for LinkedIn, which is accelerator lead generation. I don't remember actually my password and all, but what this does, let me just see if I can, because I was using this a while back. What this would do is this would actually go in and automatically visit the profiles that you are interested in. So it can visit and connect as well, but just the visit part itself is powerful because, you know, on LinkedIn, it shows that this person has visited your profile. And that bit itself, then they will start seeing that, hey, Catherine has visited my, well, let me go check out her profile, right? Like, who's this person who visited my profile? So even if you don't connect with them, you can already go in and connect, but if you don't connect with them, they'll at least start knowing who you are, and then they'll send you a request and things like that. So you can start building, and there are a lot of automation tools like that. And I'm sure the one which you're already using might have that feature. If not, then this one, I'll just put this in the chat.
so in layperson's terms, it's kind of like a subtle prospecting, stalkering people that you want to connect with. And
Yeah, you could say that.
is that it? Like, I'm just putting it in some terms.
You could say that. You could say that. That's, for example, let's see if it's here. Hopefully I have opened up. So you see visit profiles and
Yeah.
then visit and connect, right? And then you could actually type in a custom message and then it'll drop them a message as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, so there are plenty of tools out there. If you're not looking at mass community building and just like lead generation of finding out who's the relevant, like not going mass on quantity, but just purely on high value clients that you want to work with, then
Yeah.
the one which I shared last time, which is In Profiler, which is my product, you could check that out as well, right? Because that is the one which is built on AI and does the job of connecting you with the high quality people.
Okay. My avatar is a senior corporate lady with a budget of like $500,000 a year, who is like hardly ever, like, is very busy and not going to webinars usually. So any
Okay.
kind of direct.
Yeah. So check out inprofiler.com. That's the one which I launched about a week or so back. It is phase one. And then you could check how you can do that, right? I can give, like a Narelle is saying, couldn't get that to work. Maybe it could be because of the Chrome plugin, but I can share with you here if I have signed in into this. So So for example, these are the leads, right? So these are the leads which are all my leads, and then goes in and ranks them based on who's high potential, who's low potential. It also puts in what, like for example, my objective was university directors and decision makers who will use white label products for their institute, future ready and embracing digital. So it went in and identified those guys. So you could have an objective defined very clearly on what that is, and then let the AI go in and search for those people. And any new requests that you get, you could score them as well, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Thank
Nirel was
you.
using Safari. Yeah, so maybe that's why it's a Chrome plugin. We haven't launched on Safari as yet. We just launched on Chrome. We will be launching on the Safari in sort of phase 2, but Chrome is what we'll
Awesome.
use.
Thank you so much, Suraj. I
No
can see
worries.
my colleague Christian. I think even though he's not on camera, his eyes are also like, yes, yes, that's what we need. So we'll play around with that this week.
Yeah,
Thank
play along and just drop me a note if you guys need any help with using that, because I'm currently in that user building phase itself on building that product before I get the launch going. So if you
And how do we get in touch with you, Suraj? Like send you a message on Genius?
yeah, just send me a message on
This wrote
LinkedIn
in
or
the
through.
chat that he gives.
Oh,
Sorry.
I think that was Elena. I think she or was accidentally not muted.
Yeah, just drop me a note on either Genius U or LinkedIn, and yeah, through Michelle, Rosaline.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
No worries. Oh, I'll drop in my email here as well, right? So cool. Okay.
Little question about in profile as well. Can we go specific if we are after architect? Can I say architect in North London? Would it help, or it
Yeah.
has to be more broad?
No, it can be whoever you want it
Can
to
we be
be.
very specific? Can it look for quite specific?
It can be, but the thing is, I'll show you a trick if we get time later, and we'll do your query itself to use that, right?
Thank
Let me
you.
just run through the questions, and then if you got
Thanks.
time, we'll run an experiment on that. Okay. Narelle, your question. What are the ways to review? Do you want to unmute and Narelle?
Yes, I guess mine's kind of good morning or good afternoon or good evening, Siraj. My question was really around using, because I guess we're working in therapy and currently we can only say, well, I can only say that AI could be really utilized within the business, but not necessarily with our clients at this point. However, I was wondering about, using AI and with to kind of support my team leader, Svetlana, who's on the call today, to, I guess, build better leads for social media
Your voice is.
or posts or building community, anything around. Oh, did I drop
lost some
out?
of that, unless it's my internet.
Okay.
Did you guys get that? All of that? Because I lost a bit of.
Okay, some
what you
said
said,
yes,
like,
some said
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you repeat? Sorry. So it was
Okay.
looking at AI to build community?
Yeah, to kind of build community, to drive traffic towards us, and to make things simpler, probably.
When you say simpler, what would that look like?
Or my team leader, Lana.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, again, it dropped off. So I'm saying, looking at a way for AI to build a community and
Yeah.
for it to
to
have-
drive traffic towards us
to
and
drive.
make it easier. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. And have you looked at any and what exactly would you say is the day-to-day purpose of it?
Of social media.
Mhm.
To make all eyes on us so that we are the number one provider of creative arts therapies in our region.
Okay, got it. What I'm going to do is show you. There are a few here which I know. I have a I was speaking with someone. They're using social media in a very strong way. Which one is it? Yeah, so first of all, Copy AI is one of them. If you are using that for content creation, but I'm just trying to find, there was one which I had some really strong recommendation from someone. This is Predis. Yeah, this is a good one as well. This Predis.ai, this has got good ranking. First of all, it does the content generation and all of that, but if you go on to Toolify, there are quite a few here as well, which you can use. What I do is on social media, I'm still not super convinced personally that because it's so related with your brand and the messaging, right? That it should get the message right. So even for Student AI and all the other ones, I've got a schedule in place. The schedule in place is working with this social media intern who does just the postings and gets it, uses Canva and makes sure we are following the template and gets it approved through me on everyday basis, right? So I haven't found something so convincing. I did hear about this agency who I was speaking with just today share this tool, and I'm gonna find that out and share with you soon too.
Thank you.
Let's see if I can. Yeah, this might be a good one. This has a good. Have a look at this. It's got the scheduling as well as analytics and all of that to what you were looking at, right?
What is the school?
Here, use Frizz. I just
So
posted the link.
So we can schedule all posts. For example, we've got 3 channels, social media, we can schedule all in there.
You can, yeah, you can
Yeah.
schedule,
Okay,
create,
that's perfect.
and post as well.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, but again, like I'm gonna message him straight after the call because he had some really, he's an agency owner who's using it. But even him being an agency owner, he said that he found the human social media creation was generating much better engagement than the AI one. Still at this stage, right? So while there are AI tools out there, there hasn't been one, and probably you could build one, which actually does the job.
Yeah. Thank you,
Okay,
Suraj.
Okay. But again, having said that, you could use a lot of these tools to get you to that 90% mark, like just before the publishing point, which is get it all ready, get it all approved, so you can speed up a lot of the pace. And the final bit, right, which is the final bit just before it goes out into the market, that's when you could make your tweak. But by then you'll have most of the content ready as well.
Yeah, because I think the posts that Svetlana is making are really great, but we're not having much engagement. People are just looking at them, not really doing much else.
Yeah, but again, I would say a lot of, if you're looking for a lot of the engagement coming directly from the posts, I wouldn't rely just on that, right? Because
Yep.
what really happens with social media, as in you could have amazing content, right? Amazing
Yep.
content going out. But with social media engagement, it has changed so much. And where your content, it becomes viral, where it's sometimes controversial content becomes viral. Sometimes it needs to be for someone to be very engaged, super engaged, where they find something which is not easily found anywhere else. A lot of the people use interactions, right? So for example, if I'm on Twitter, if I'm engaging on already top posts out there. So for example, if Elon Musk posts something, and up comes your brand commenting on it, that might get better reach than you posting up content,
Okay.
right? Because there are all these people who are already seeing their post, and
Yeah.
in this they see your comment in there, right? So,
Yeah.
and there are a lot of influencers who are out there who are doing it, right? Who got their own channels, who got their content, and your content doesn't need to be spammy. You could either join their argument, comment by joining the argument, or putting your case in their thoughts about what they posted, and
Okay.
that will get you way more reach, where people will click on it, be like, who's this person? I think this comment is a lot more interesting, right? So it goes back to not just the design and the content and scheduling of that. Of course, that needs to be there, but
Yep.
the first piece would be where your voice is heard, where there is already buzz, right?
I love that.
Yeah.
Voice is heard where there's already buzz. Thank you,
Yeah,
Sarah.
yeah. All right. Okay. So there's a question from Ruben. Ruben, you here? We don't have
Did you say Rubin,
Ruben, yeah.
Raj?
Yeah.
So he's not able to attend, but if you would answer the question, then he picks up your answer from the recording.
Oh, okay. Okay. So why don't I do this? I'll come to his one last, since it's not here, but let me just come to Stuart next. Stuart, Melody.
That's right.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well. Yeah, sorry, was it to pick up on my actual question
Yes.
from the one in the chat or the other one?
Yeah, one in the chat. You could add on any additional ones you have as well.
Good. Yeah, the one in the chat was purely just to highlight that from last week, there was a massive shift when I realized that I could use the AI of what we're building as an entry into the customer pathway. That changed everything. And now so that led on to the conversations that I've then had with the developers, etc.
Okay,
So that's been good. But yeah, and now we're going on to build it, and then that linked in with what Roger was saying about, then maybe go out and then look to raise the interest or the money at the moment to put it together. So yeah, it's moved things on. But
that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's great. And then have you found the person that you were looking for?
I think so. Yeah, I've had a call with them, and they're UK based, so they're going to be a bit more expensive in that sense. But I'm going to go for it because it just the problem I've got is the investors want to make sure that all the IP, the code is protected, everything else. So this is my way of satisfying the investors before we get going. So it works.
Correct. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good. Do you have any add-on questions?
No, I think the one I haven't got my sheet up, so I think the one in the
it says, let me just read it out. With student intensive. Oh, I think the answer for this, which is from your experience with Student AI and the Genius team, CEO suite, what advice would you give to someone building their version of this entry pathway product, in our case, raceteam.ai? But you already got something going in that, right?
Yeah, it was just,
Yeah.
Was there any sort of big key thoughts or advice that comes
I think
straight?
the biggest thought I would say is there are plenty of products out there, plenty of AI tools out there. And I would say that the product, of course, is something which you need to focus on and it needs to be good. But having said that, the actual getting it out in the market through the right strategy is even more important, which is making sure that it's launched on Product Hunt. It's got good when you do the launch on Product Hunt. There's a lot of traction over there. It's ranked well over there. It's like a proper launch thinking behind that, making sure it's got the press release that it needs so that it goes out in the market as well. I think a lot of that, which is getting that initial traction, is super key, which is what I was fortunate enough to get with Student AI. And that was because of Microsoft gave me all these credits where I could just spend it on different things, right? So I think that would be the key, even though because there are plenty of good tools out there, but there are some which are actually noticeable because they've come to us in some way or the other.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So Product Hunt is there. I shared about iCopify being one of the ones which gets you the bank links and everything. Then there are there's just a second. I think this would be a good one. What's the mission? Just I'll find this. The submit AI tools. So the way I shared about the like how you've seen Toolify, Product Hunt, and all of them. Have you heard of? Yeah. So making sure that they get listed over there, like these ones, right?
Yeah.
So you can go in and promote as well. So I did promote when it was first launched. So it was on the first page of Toolify.
Nice. Yeah. So this is typical too. If we go out to secure a raise for a company, then one of the key things we do behind it is make sure that they've got the right marketing, PR, so that there's lots of interest already in it. So same thing, right? Bring the attention to the traction.
Bring attention. Get to the 10,000 mark ASAP, because once you get to the 10,000 mark, there is some SEO already that gets built with that, right? And then any new player or new product that comes in, it'll be difficult for them because they'll have to get to your size and beat your SEO and all the other things as well, right?
And just on that, Suraj, when you say 10,000 mark, you mean actual
users, signups,
pure users, yeah?
Pure users, signups, and all, right? Get some influencers. So I got initially some influencers as well. They don't charge a lot. Like if you, of course, the bigger influencers charge a lot, but you can find influencers with having following in the range of say 20,000, 25,000 in the target range that you have. They'll do guest posts for you or a video for your tool as well. I think those work really well because you immediately get to the followers that they have, and they will drive, and you could use their video on your social media as well, right?
Nice. And final bit for that then is the price point. Are you finding is what's the ideal price point at the minute? Because a lot of it's $30. Is that where you're seeing it?
Price point for what are you offering?
For let's say if you went for the entry point into AI team, sorry, a raised team. So for them to be able to use effectively from negotiation, value proposition, outreach strategy, the whole suite, if you like.
Yeah. Are you offering anything for free?
Yeah.
How much are you offering for free?
There's four parts to it.
Okay. So I would say that initially offer most for free. And the reason being because you can get some good sort of traffic coming in, good user base, right? Like for example, even now I'm offering 10,000 words. Like I'm practically offering the entire platform for free because I'm not looking at generating revenue straight away from it right now. Because once the volume comes in, I know I'm going to get it through all these B2B sales and everything else that comes with it, right? Because
Right.
that's where the money is, then more than the subscription part. But here is a good article piece that I came across, and I'm going to share this with you. This is a really good company. They have a company called Merlin, and it talks about fixing our freemium model and finding the sweet spot for monetization. Early on in Feb 2023, Merlin was getting good user growth. They have right now about 1 million plus users, and therefore we decided to push the paid plans by reducing free queries from 100 to 10. This seemed like a logical way to encourage upgrades. You cut free usage and boom, a set of users should upgrade to Pro. But it wasn't that obvious. When we did that, our growth rate plunged from 7% to 2% day on day, and so did our paid user growth. So you see here, like sometimes you try to block it up and then it changes, and they actually increased from 100 to more like 102 right now. And then they've actually increased their this thing. So they're probably offering more than what they were doing before. I had the similar experience when I was always offering 5,000 sort of words. I had a stable sort of number, but then I was like, okay, I need to get some paid users in. So I reduced it to 2,000 and everything dropped. So I run it for a week and I spoke to a few guys, and then I looked at Character AI and all the other ones which are there as well, which made it really different, right? Which then I changed it to 10,000 and all my numbers shot up. I had like first few purchases come in straight away. And the reason being, once someone comes to your platform and spends enough time on it, there is a familiarity that gets built. If they enter a lot of their data in there and create documents or whatever you're asking them to do, when they get enough outputs, they don't want to lose that output. If they had just one or two outputs and they were to lose that, there's not much cost over there, right? And that's where I'm finding it more useful by offering like 10,000 more words in there. And my sales have gone up as well. And the time they spent on using the platform.
Interesting. So what's your modeling for financial, what's your financial modeling for it then? Is it like, how are you doing that?
The monetization is purely B2B, not subscription. Subscription is just giving me the noise and the volume, but with that, it's the white label and the B2B, like the amount of revenue that I might make from subscription is what I would make in a year is what I would probably make in a deal with, say, Genius U or even with the French company that is gonna integrate this with about 20 universities.
Are they going to white label it?
They're going to white label it. They're going to white label some parts of it. Some they want to use as it is. But having said that, there's a recurring sort of revenue, right?
Right. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, no worries. Let's come next. Tosin. Tosin has a question. Is Tosin here?
Hi, I'm here. Hi, Suraj. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Tosin. Hi, good to see you.
You too. My question is regarding how can I use your tools, the tools you already have, like the Genius team, to offer to my community here in Bahrain? What's the best way to go about doing that? Because one of the things that Michelle mentioned is leveraging what's already available. And since what I want to do is build a Genius team here, I would like to know how I can go about leveraging what you already have.
Okay, yeah. So I think speak with Michelle on thing, because in there we did design it in a way that Genius team can be launched in different locations, city locations, using their regional avatars. So you could have Bahrain personalities in the version of Genius team.
Okay.
You could have it in that language as well. so that it becomes very localized, and it's way easier to do that.
Okay.
I did mention that to Michelle Malting, and we were planning to localize the launch of that, so you could do that in Bahrain, and decide working with Michelle which are the personalities whose AI you want to see, right?
Sorry, say that again.
Like, for example, right now there are these historical figures which are like global historical figures, but there's community in Bahrain that you're dealing with might connect with the different.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So we have some notable leaders that we could use as avatars.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
Cool. Then do you have a question? Yeah,
So
by the
should
way,
I
I
just
did have some
connect with Michelle?
questions. Sorry?
Should I just connect with Michelle?
Yeah, Michelle Malting. And yeah, I'll drop her a note as well. And I had a question around slides. I had a few slides to go through, but I think there's a lot of information. What I'm sharing right now through Q&A is customized to what you guys need right now. So I'm gonna share more of that. And then because the slides will just give you educational piece, which can be found anywhere, but what I'm sharing right now is the most up-to-date relevant information for where you're at, right? So I'm gonna answer all these questions and then come to it as well. So there's a question from Veronica, best practices for quiz design and rollout for community growth. Yeah.
Yeah, so just the best practices around using quizzes and any resources that we may not know are already there, similar to Tosin's question.
Okay. So are you using any right now?
No, but we think that's the way into the business architecture course that we want to launch later this year.
Okay.
It's a way to,
So
as a lead magnet.
as a lead magnet. Have you heard of Score App? Score App is a good one.
No.
Score App. So they had they integrated a bit of this as well. Yeah, the Score App. And I believe if you speak with Michelle, there might be a way, because there's a lot of people who are using Score App, Jay Shetty, there are some big names who are using this. And this is a good quiz builder. So have a look at this. ManyChat is one of them as well. ManyChat, as well as I'd say which was the type? Typeform. Typeform is the other one, which does that. Okay, now let me just come over to the question which Ruben had, which was around analytics, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Okay, what are the best ways to leverage AI to create and analyze lead magnet test campaign? I think it's a lot of it is similar to the lead magnet. So I shared a lot on the different lead magnets which could be there, but analyzing the inputs of that, I would say something like Looker Studio. Looker Studio is like a Google, it's a free tool from Google. It used to be called Data Studio. And now they've changed the name to Looker Studio. And this basically connects with a lot of different tools. So what the dashboard, which you would have seen Roger or myself share, this particular one, this one is the one on the student AI bit. This is built on Looker Studio, and anyone can go in and build your own sort of Looker Studio dashboard to measure on a regular basis. And it connects with Google Analytics, it connects with SQL and all the other bits as well, right? So have a look at Looker Studio. I'm going to put the link for that. Studio. Okay, cool. All right. So now I'm going to quickly do a demo if you've got time, because I know we've got 1 minute left, and a lot of the things that I've done is on the Q&A basis. But if you check out my slides, a lot of the information content is in there if you want to check that out. But I'm going to show the in profile a bit, specifically solving. Whose case was it? Was it Elena? You had that about the architectures, was it? Okay. Do you remember your query?
The query was if we are looking to connect with architects who operate and have big size project, like medium size project in North London area, specifically
Okay.
North London,
So,
North London
so I
and
would-
Central London.
Yeah, so I'm going into in profiler right now, going to objectives, and I'm going to just change the objectives. So looking for architects in North London
Mhm.
area, and I need some more information on the thing who are experienced.
Who's active in, for example, in LinkedIn?
Who are active on LinkedIn. Anything else? I think the broader the objective, the better. What are you offering?
We are offering construction services for renovation loft conversions.
Service.
High-end construction
Looking for.
services.
So would I say high-end architects as well? Or
High-end
because
architects, yeah, or high-end services. We offer high-end services,
Yeah.
but it's obviously high-end architects.
yeah, architects who are going to come with it, right?
Okay.
So this is a pretty small a lead objective. The broader it is, the better it would be. So I would actually add more on it. But say if I go in and save this, it has gone in and saved. I go on to say in profiler. I go in and look at architect. Look at say people. So these are all the people here. I would say London, not London, you said?
North London.
Not New London, not London. No,
Just London,
this is
maybe.
just London may be better.
Mhm.
London area, United Kingdom,
Mhm.
sure results. These are the ones, right? Now, if I had defined my objective a lot more, now these are the ones who are construction, because this will have architects for tech as well, which I'm trying to avoid. Okay, so these are all the people that we're talking about. This is going to be London. And once this is done, this has showed me about 1,600 users. I'll go in, open an in profiler, which I've already added on Chrome. And then let's go for 25 or so. So this will do the evaluation. It's gone through the evaluation. It's automatically doing the evaluation. It's scrolling. I'm not doing anything here right now. It's automatically scrolling that. And once it's done, I will actually network response on okay, but it's already scanned it. So it should come into in profiler. If I go into dashboard, refresh. So let's see if it's any new ones have come through. So it's got few in here, but a lot of them are this thing. Let me just see if it has put in any additional ones. Network response is not okay. Why is that? Let me just see if I need to sign in again. Maybe I need to log out and log back in. But having said that, it does the scanning. Let's go to LinkedIn. Okay, yeah, so it's processed like one new lead, which would be coming in. So you can see new leads has gone up from 116 to 123. And I'm gonna look at only high potential ones, show unseen. So these are the ones which have come in, but these were the ones from my previous objective. I'm gonna go in and review again. For mission. Not giving enough right now. So probably it's not actually captured any. I did see new leads come in here. Ah, okay. It has actually brought in people. So it's actually gone in from 116 to 130. These are all the new leads that have come in of say outbound. This was the new person called Kushi Purasav, who was a low potential because business development demand instruction. So this is definitely a low potential. Let's see if there are any of the other ones here. So it's actually not found any in my network who are out there. So I would suggest that you log in from your LinkedIn and give it a go. Because for me, it's giving me a lot of my connection because I'm not from the industry, the very low ones or the medium ones, which are coming in. Who had that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Your hand is up though. Did you have any other questions?
I just was wondering about the tool which allows to post your social in the same time and reply in the same platform. But I guess you probably gave one which is was user freeze. Is it that one?
Yeah, use
You
freeze.
said use freeze.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Then this one. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thanks. All right. Rosalie, back to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So we are almost done with the session, but what I would do is get everyone to listen in on the previous session, build on their actual metrics for the pathway as well, and then do listen on the Q&A, but to ensure that all the doubts you have on the lead magnet or the promotion that you're planning on the AI gets covered.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks so much, Suraj, for the 2 sessions. So if anyone has questions after, you can put the questions through in the WhatsApp group, and then I can pass anything through to Suraj if necessary. And next week you've got Donna.
Okay. One last question is possible. Just little one, just small. How to promote? How you said that you have to launch the product correctly. When we come to that stage, who would be the best person to contact?
I think when your product is ready, do reach out to me on the email address that I have shared, because there was a process that I went through. Product Hunt being the number one. Product Hunt has the entire launch guide, and they are. I'll just see if I can launch guide, right? Product launch plan template, which is, where did it go? Your team product, yeah, here. So I'll put this link in the chat for anyone who's looking at it. This is a launch guide from Product Hunt. And there's a step-by-step process that you go through of getting started, launching a product, growing a community. So just follow this checklist, because this will help you at least get a lot of the actions covered. And then do drop me an email on the email address which I've just shared.
Okay, thank you. Thanks very much. This is very, very valuable.
Okay, no worries. Thank you.
Great. That was amazing, Suraj. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Rosalie. Okay.
Soon.
See you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Suraj. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.